everyone, it's Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers, and I am here to plan the week of January 31st. I'm going to do something kind of different this week and not plan with a daily duo kit. So I want to use some of the advent calendar items, and specifically I want to use these beautiful washi tapes. So I'm going to use these, and then I also I've got some date dots and days of the week, and then I have some different sheets from the advent calendar that I'm going to pull together and use. So yeah, doing something kind of different. We'll see how it turns out, but I love these advent items and really wanted to find a way to use them, and so yeah, do something a little different. So like usual, I will lay down my base while I chat with you all, and then I'll go through and fill things in day by day. So, and I feel like I'm a broken record, but you know, ignore the weird lighting stuff. I'm getting the lights figured out. I'm excited because I had some small lights that I bought before, and they just weren't, I just was not happy with them, and I don't know, it's one where I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Because the reviews were really good for the lights, but they just did not work well for me. They just weren't bright enough. So I'm excited now I have space to store some bigger lights and not have to take them apart and set them up all the time. We have a little attic off my office. There's an attic over the garage, and there's a door from my office that goes in there. So I can get in there to store lights, so I can just keep the lights in there all the time, and it'll be really easy to get them out and set them up. The only challenge is right now we have a temporary certificate of occupancy because the city wanted fireproof doors on that one and another one that goes to an attic. So right now they have temporary doors, and they need to come back and replace them, and then we'll get our official certificate of occupancy. But in the meantime, we also technically can't store anything there until we get the final inspection, because technically we're not supposed to. So I can't store anything in that attic space until they've done the final inspection. And so I want to wait to get them because they will take a lot of space to store, but I'm looking forward to having some actual lights. And I also will be getting some other tables for my office too. Right now I just have this desk, and then I think if I film on one of the other tables using natural light, I should be in better shape. But anyway, you all are so kind and understanding. I know it's not a big deal, but I feel a little weird about the weird lighting. But I'm just here for fun though. I'm not a professional YouTuber, so maybe I just shouldn't care. So anyway, things are continuing to progress at the new house. I feel like this weekend we've made a lot of progress on getting things unpacked and moved in and looking in better shape, so that is very good. And yeah, and I think we're taking it slow, but I think that's working well, especially stuff like in the kitchen. It's kind of doing things slowly has actually worked out quite well. Okay, let's see, I've got 7 habits for this week. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, those will work perfectly. So yeah, so we're making progress on things, and oh shoot, I just realized I forgot to pull my custom scripts. Let me grab the binder. Okay, so usually I have my custom scripts like all pulled ahead of time. They won't be this week, but that is just fine. I'll probably, other than these ones that I like to layer over the stickers, I'll probably just write in everything else. And I had my tweezers here a second ago. There they are. Too many things here. Yeah, so anyway, we're making progress on getting stuff put away, but the gradual approach seems to be working pretty well. And we had a meeting with our builder on Saturday because there's still punch list stuff that needs to get taken care of, and some of it that's still kind of essential to, there's stuff that'll keep coming up and happening that'll need to get fixed, but there's kind of some initial stuff that still needs to get taken care of. So hopefully we'll be able to get that stuff taken care of this week and feel like things are a little bit better. So again, it's the good thing about a new house is everything's new, but the bad thing about a new house is everything's new. So there's some stuff that just hasn't gone through its paces yet. Okay, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Oh, and then, shoot, and I've got, it's always the February flipping to or the things between months, and now I need to put this sticky note somewhere so I don't forget that I need to do that. I need to add that into my plans for this week. See, this is why I put sticky notes. If I don't write things down, they don't happen. So sticky notes are my friend, because if I stick a sticky note somewhere in my planner, I'll usually find it and make it happen. Yeah, so anyway, making good progress on the house, and Luna is feeling much more at home here. I feel like she's still, downstairs is her favorite place. She's still getting used to upstairs. And to be fair, we haven't been hanging out upstairs that much yet either. I feel like I'm just finally getting my office kind of set up enough to, I've been doing some work up here, but I also, it's kind of the dumb stuff from moving, where my keyboard, my wireless keyboard and mouse need new batteries. One needs new batteries, one needs to get recharged, and I don't know where the batteries are right now or the right cable to charge the mouse. So, you know, stuff like that, where I can't use them, work at the monitor until I find batteries. But we're getting it all figured out. But anyway, yeah, because I've been working downstairs on the couch a lot more since I can't really work at my desk anyway. So then Luna hangs out with me downstairs. So she's still exploring things and getting to know things, but she has been really enjoying looking out the windows, and we have nice wide window sills, so it's easy for her to sit on them and curl up on them and look out the windows. The thing that we're really looking forward to is, Luna is an incredibly spoiled cat, and we care for her way too much, so I totally own that. But we got a cat door. We have a screened-in porch, and we have a cat door going from our living room to the screened-in porch, so Luna can go out whenever she wants to without needing to get our help with it. But we haven't been able to use it yet because there's a door going off the screened-in porch to outside that, I don't know what happened. The door was really messed up, and it seems like it couldn't have always been that messed up, but something, I don't know. The door was messed up. It needed to get replaced, and they should be putting the new door on this week, but we're waiting for that. So we've had the cat door locked, and fortunately, she's kind of looked through it because it's clear, but she hasn't tried to go out it yet, so that's good, because we would have felt bad if she got trained that she shouldn't go out it while it was locked. But hopefully we'll get the new door installed this week, and then we'll be able to introduce Luna to her cat door, and she'll be able to go outside to the screened-in porch whenever she wants. One thing that's kind of funny, it's been, Alabama winter here, but it actually even hasn't been that bad, because it's one of those things where the mornings are cold, but by the afternoon it warms up quite a bit. So, and I'm from Chicago originally, and then spent a lot of time in Indiana, so I'm from the Midwest. I'm used to cold winters, or I know how to deal with cold winters. And we got an email from the university that I work for warning us about the cold this weekend, and it was about how not to get frostbite. And it was one of those where I was like, it's really not going to be that cold, but I do understand that people from the South aren't necessarily ready for it. And I think part of the issue too, they didn't say this explicitly, but I think what it was targeted at was our basketball team is doing quite well, and so people have been waiting outside the basketball stadium overnight for to be able to get in. So I think that email was targeted at telling students, please don't wait outside for basketball this week because it's going to be cold. But yeah, and even stuff too, yeah, some of you'll see some of the apartment complexes will say, we have signs out that say you should leave your faucets dripping, and to me, I know the insulation is not the same here, so it is still a concern, but the apartments I lived in when I was in grad school in Indiana, we only had to leave our faucets dripping if it was below zero. So then here it's oh no, it's 40 degrees, better leave our faucets dripping. But I understand too, landlords would rather, they'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, I am so far really happy with how this is turning out. I think it's gonna be really pretty. So anyway, with Fern Creek stuff, we have been really busy working on orders, and with the clearance sales that I've been having. We've had a lot of orders and a lot of big orders. So I was really hoping that we would be able to get all the orders out this week, but that is not going to happen. It's just not realistic. There are a lot more orders came in at the end, so there is still a lot left to do. Oh, I need to put my scripts there. So anyway, so this week is still gonna be busy filling orders and also prepping for new releases. So I'll have a lot going on for Fern Creek, as well as continuing, you'll see, continuing to work on unpacking and getting things put away and organized. I got a huge order, well, I placed a huge order from Target for, I needed to pick out like towels and shower curtains and stuff like that for the 2 upstairs bathrooms. And because initially we thought we might have people staying with us while we moved, so we wanted to have that ready right away. But it was one of those things where like I ordered a bajillion different things and they all shipped separately. And so I honestly did not get those opened. They'd just been sitting there, and I finally went through and opened all of those up to look at them, because it was like, you know, I don't know, it was kind of ridiculous. I probably ordered like 12 different shower curtains for 2 different bathrooms, because we have some colored tile and I wanted to match the tiles pretty well. So it was a little bit ridiculous, but so now I have to figure out which ones I want to keep and do those returns. And fortunately, I don't have to return them right away, which is good, because I've had a couple times where I've had packages shipped separately, but then you have to return them based on when you ordered them, and stuff is taking slow to ship, and I don't like not being able to return things. So you'll see that's getting those Target returns taken care of is on my list, because I have a really big pile of stuff from Target and a lot of money that I'd like to get back. But I also need to go back to Target too, because we have a huge pantry here, which I am so excited about, and really one of the best features of the kitchen. And I had gone to Target last weekend and gotten some containers for organizing in the pantry, and I was kind of like, I don't need that many containers for organizing the pantry. I'm not gonna go over the top. I'm gonna be chill. And this is probably way more than I need. I'm probably gonna end up returning half of these. And of course, as soon as I start organizing the pantry, I've used all the containers pretty quickly. Because it is really nice to be able to have bins to group like things together. And my mom had read a book on organization once. They talked about the importance of containerizing things, and that's kind of become a catchphrase in my family. But it's really true, to the extent that you can have things in a container that gives them a spot. So I'm gonna need to go back to Target and continue to buy all of the organizing containers that I can, especially for the pantry. I'm also realizing now I'm gonna have to write my habits pretty small doing them like this, but I like having the full box here for some decoration. And I also, in the last week too, my class met for the first time, and that went well. It is a little weird. Well, the only thing is I'm gonna be curious to see, there's one student who, so the class, the weird thing with my class meeting so late is it meets after the drop date. So potentially a student could come to the first day of class and be like, oh, this class is not for me, but it's too late for them to drop. And there's one student who kind of has a scheduling conflict, and they either need to drop their extracurricular activity or drop my class. I get at this point withdraw from the class. So I'll be curious to see what choice that student made. I will need to look at my roster and see what is up. But otherwise, class went well, so it's kind of starting to get into the thick of the semester, although I still feel a little discombobulated and not quite in my routines yet. So that's gonna be one of my focuses for February, is working on figuring out some new routines. Because one other thing with routines that is a little bit of a challenge is so the street that we live off of has 2 elementary schools on it, and timing, you have to be careful to time when you're coming and going around the school schedule, and sorry, talking and putting down that washi was all of a sudden too much for me to handle. So you have to carefully time your comings and goings around the school schedule, because otherwise you can get stuck in the pickup and drop off traffic. And so we found that for Brian, if he leaves for work, like at the time that he just needs, you know, the amount of time that he should be able to get to work, it was taking him so long. And so if he leaves earlier, it takes him a lot less time to get to work. So it makes sense for him to leave earlier so he doesn't get stuck in the school traffic. But that means, like, part of my morning routine is sitting and having coffee with Brian, so I have to kind of reconfigure my morning routine. And that said, my morning routine was still in flux, but we're still figuring out, like, okay, what time is best for me to sit and have coffee with Brian so he can leave on time. So that's one factor of my morning routine that I'm still getting figured out. So yeah, I think once I start to get some more routines in place, it'll feel a little bit more like I'm really in the midst of the semester. So we just finished watching season 2 of Lock and Key. I don't know if any of you all watched Lock and Key, but we are like the opposite of binge watchers. When we're watching a series together, it takes us a while to watch it. So we're a little slow on that one. We loved season 1, and then I actually read all the graphic novels, and I had never read graphic novels before, and I really enjoyed them. They were really good, and so I was really looking forward to season 2 after reading the graphic novels, and then we were a little underwhelmed by season 2, and I feel like there's still stuff from the graphic novels that they left on the table that they really could have used. So I would highly recommend season 1 of Lock and Key. I would highly recommend the graphic novels. Season 2, meh. But then this weekend we started watching Only Murders in the Building, which I know we're behind on watching that, but we watched the first 2 episodes this weekend, and yeah, so far we're enjoying that. I've heard so many people recommend Only Murders in the Building, so we're enjoying that. But it's funny because I had heard people recommend it. Brian hadn't heard anything about it, but he said he likes Steve Martin, so he said, sure, let's watch it. But I didn't tell him that there was a podcast involved, which I knew that part of it, and I love podcasts, and Brian has never listened to a podcast a day in his life, and he gives me a hard time for loving podcasts so much. I mean, it's a hard time in a good way, because I do tell him lots of interesting things that I learned from all the podcasts I listen to, but then he thought it was kind of hilarious that I wanted him to watch a show that had a podcast in it. Got too many stickers over here, and now they're getting buried. So I'm really happy with how this is turning out, but I do feel like it's taking me longer than it normally would to do the base. I also feel like every time I drop my tweezers or my ruler, I am making a ton of noise, so forgive me for that. Just keep losing all of my tools here. And then we also, too, finished, in my book club, we finished reading, oh shoot, is it A Darker Shade of Magic? We're reading the Shades of Magic trilogy, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember which book is which, and that's the downside of sometimes when I read a lot of books on my Kindle, and then I don't know what the book is called because I don't pay attention to the title like you do if you have a physical book. So we just finished reading the second book in the trilogy, and it was so good. I would highly recommend these books, although I haven't read the third one yet, but so far the first 2 have been very enjoyable, and lots of flurry on our book club chat group text, because there's a lot of like, have you all read the thing yet? And we're trying to be vague enough to not spoil it for other people, but we can't bear to not have talked about stuff yet. So They've also been, yeah, they've been good books for book club because there's always a lot that happens and a lot of things to speculate about. So we've had lots to talk about for book club. All right, so now I am done with my base. So I'm gonna go through day by day and fill things in. I'll wait to fill in the habits until, I'll probably just do those every day when I'm planning out my day because that'll take forever. Okay, so now, what do I have going on? And at this point, I've got custom scripts for a lot of this stuff, but since I forgot to pull them, I'm just gonna handwrite in stuff at this point. All right, get the extraneous things out of the way, get the stickers that I need. So on Monday, I'm gonna have class in the evening. Ooh. These are, sorry, I just noticed that these are, some of these stickers are oops stickers on this sheet. I wonder if I pulled them from the wrong pile. But yeah, I know a lot of shop owners just use oops stickers themselves, but I'm too picky. I oops stickers for a reason. If I wouldn't use them, I'm not gonna sell them. And so I'm pretty picky about which stickers I use. So I have class, and then I also have office hours. Let's see. And then I have a meeting with my research assistant. So that's what I've got on the schedule. And then to do, I need to grade a discussion board. I also need to grade some short papers. I need to finish my lesson plan for Monday night. And do some research stuff. Then for Fern Creek, I'll need to, Danielle will be here and I'll finish up anything left from the orders that she had, and then I will also edit and upload this plan with me. And for home, I need to read for book club. We have a new book of short stories that we're starting, and I need to work on reading for that. So that is Monday. Oh yeah, and then the whole flip to the next month part. Tuesday. Okay, so on Tuesday, I've got, let's see, this should be pretty short. We've got, like I'd mentioned before, we've got people coming to fix the fireplace. That's at 2. And then I will want to go for a run in the afternoon. Oh, that's crooked. Okay, much better. And got a little shoe there. We'll run, and then for work, I've got to finish up some revisions on a paper. And then I need to work on getting grad students decisions made on grad applications. I need to get some exams scheduled for the grad students for the end of the semester. And then data analysis, a little grading, and some class prep. Then for Fern Creek, I'm going to need to fill some orders to keep making progress, and also work on new release prep. Got to work on listings and quality checking and stuff like that. And then I'll need to read for book club. and unpack one box. If I can spell correctly, good thing I've got whiteout. And then for dinner, oh, I don't have knives and forks here. That's okay. Actually, I will put, let's see, I'm looking at the sheet of doodles here. I'm trying to think what I should use. Maybe I will use this fridge one because I do want to mark, I'm going to make tamale pie for dinner on Tuesday, and it's one that takes a little bit of time to make, but then it lasts all week. We will eat that for dinner all the rest of the week. So I'll put the fridge there to mark cooking. I guess I don't really have anything that's great for cooking on there. I'll need to think about that. Okay, oh yeah, and then also I don't have my social media icons, but that's okay. So YouTube, I'll be putting up this plan with me. And on Instagram, I'll have my daily duo. And we'll see if these, well, actually this week, I do really want to make sure these Instagram posts happen, but if you saw last week, I said I was going to do all these Instagram posts and then they didn't happen, so we will see what actually goes on. Okay, so then Wednesday is a busy day. Actually, I don't know why I didn't use the two-tone labels before because I really like two-tone labels. So at 12, I have Bible study, and I'm going to mark that with pencil doodle. And then I have independent study at 1:15. And I have a meeting at 3. Let's see, it's not going to go that long. I'm trying to think about the best way to mark things here. Okay. All right. So I've got a meeting there. Then I also technically have office hours, but no one is going to come. It's very unlikely. In this meeting, if someone does come to my office hours, we can pause for a moment, but it is highly unlikely that anybody is going to come. And then I have book club at 4:30. And I've got a book doodle that I can use for that. So that is my schedule on Wednesday, and then the work to-dos are gonna look pretty similar. Again, I like to break things down. It's way easier for me to grade one paper every day than to grade 10 papers in one day. I am wondering, Wednesdays are a busy day. I'm wondering if I've got too much stuff on here. Maybe not. Some of these are short. But I do have to be careful about making sure that, yeah, the days that I've got more stuff going on, I don't have too many to-dos. Yeah, but some of these are, this meeting prep is like 15 minutes, but I have to make sure that I do that. And then Fern Creek again, I will be doing new release prep and filling some orders. It's not a ton of orders, but it's making a dent on them. If I can do a little bit every day, that helps a lot. And then I also need to edit and upload the February plan with me. And at home, I want to unpack one box. All right, unpack is obviously a really challenging word to spell. And then on Instagram, I'll be showing the washi tape and sticky notes that I have that go with the April kits. So I've got Wednesday. Thursday, the only thing that I have scheduled is small group in the evening, and we will probably be on Zoom again this week. And then for work, grade 1 paper, code 1 interview, this was something I was supposed to do last week, but other things took over, so I definitely need to get to that. Do a reading for class, and review a manuscript for a journal. And then for Fern Creek, again, new release prep. And filling some orders. And on YouTube, I'll have my February plan with me. And on Instagram, I will be posting the April kit sneak peeks. And at home, unpack, I'm going to spell it right this time, unpack 1 box. Then Friday, I don't have anything scheduled on Friday, which is great. Oh shoot, I'm realizing now, and this is what happens when I don't have the scripts pulled, I haven't been putting my workouts in. I apparently can't turn these pages either. So I do want to get workouts marked here before I forget. So Wednesday I'll do weights. And Thursday will be another running day. And Friday, I'm also going to run Alright, so now I've got one thing on the schedule for Friday. And in terms of things to do, code 1 interview, grade 1 paper, very similar. Do 1 reading for my class and start my lesson plan. And I need to look at what my to-dos are for my administrative position and get those scheduled out. And then again, new release prep. And I'm going to have a bonus YouTube video with the new releases on Saturday, and I'll need to do that on Friday. I need to unpack 1 box and make the grocery list so Brian can go on Saturday morning. And I'm going to be changing up freebies, and I'll be sharing those on Instagram on Friday. So this is why, yes, I need to make sure these Instagram posts happen because they're important stuff. Then on Saturday, I will need to fill more orders. And I mentioned the Target returns I have to do, so I'll need to figure those out and to do them and have that off the list. And then, like I said too, once I go to Target and get more things to organize the pantry, I want to work on that and also do laundry. And I should mark here when the new releases are going to go live so that I don't forget about getting those posted. And then on Sunday, we will have virtual church. Oh, and I forgot again on Saturday my workout, which I will try to do in the morning. So I do like working out in the morning. I like working out in the morning. I like working out in the afternoon. I have this is a whole other thing. I could make a whole other video about my perfect time of day to work out. The bottom line is there's always too many things that I want to do in the morning. So working out sometimes gets pushed. So anyway, Sunday, that's what I've got scheduled. And then I want to work on the pantry organization some more. Wow, the spelling is just really not with me today. And fill some more orders. So that is my plan for this week. I really loved using this foiled washi. I think it's really pretty. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.